What's up, people? One Nut Punch here. So I'm going to talk about a game called Suit for Hire. I picked up about maybe a year or two ago, and I wanted to get it mainly because I have hope. I have hope that maybe the developer will put more content into it, maybe change the whole thing into like a roguelike, and you'll understand why when we get later on to the video. But what is Suit for Hire? What is this game where I'm instantly killing things and getting like a replay of the person falling? What I got there after 7 kills straight is called a clean suit, and that allows me to get all my ammunition back and get more points by shooting more people. So if I shoot 7 people in a row, that's more points and ammunition back from killing them all. Or if I want to get like an execution kill, that will also refill my magazine for my gun. There's other different ways of doing it. For example, on the bottom portion of the screen, you have a fist. Then you have the Q, E, and V functions. Q allows you to slow down time. The E key allows you to do the execution when it's filled up. And then V, when it's fully all the way, you can turn your gun into like a armor piercing. And you can shoot armored units and deal with heavier, tougher units that normally take like 2 or 3 shots to kill. And I only realized this about like a couple weeks ago when I was messing around with the game itself on Legend. Right now I'm currently playing on Veteran to show you guys. Legend, the differences with that and Veteran is that Veteran I can do checkpoints. Legend is if I die one time, the whole game is over and I have to redo all the way to the start of the game. And I mean, that's probably the replayability right there is going on Legend. But the other thing about this game is there's really not much else. It's $15, it's early access, and I know they said they added a bunch of stuff like Miami or some other sections, but nothing has really changed. It's still the core of, you have, I think, 6 or 7 chapters with a couple of missions in between, and you're opening up door, getting a gate, doing something with like a helicopter, which sadly is the final boss, and that's really about it. So the game is fun. Don't get me wrong. I love the combat system, being able to execute stuff, shooting things with my gun instantly to get like combos up there or a kill streak. Then trying out like a shotgun, DMR, different pistols, melee weapons now you can pick up. When beforehand you couldn't even pick up a baseball bat to kill somebody. But I think those melee weapons are a joke because I can't drop them. And there are other times, like, if I use them, I just instantly die to range units. The other thing I forgot to mention when fighting or playing the game is that you have a couple ways of killing stuff. For example, the gun that you're shooting is left mouse button. Right mouse button is to do melee, or you can tap it like 3 times to do like a 3-hit combo. Then you have the F key that allows you to kick stuff, so if you can kick them away or kick them when they're guarding, it'd be easier to deal with than just smacking them with your fist. This is even more so when dealing with scenarios such as the sniper or the train level. For example, the sniper level, I have to deal with this guy that has a laser trained on me, and that's the only time I can tell when he's going to shoot me with a sniper rifle, that it will instantly kill me, just like anything else. If you're behind a billboard or inside of a like half-pipe cylinder full of concrete, or like even behind a wall, sometimes you'll still die through it. I don't know why that happens. I died a couple times on the helicopter level too. So it's just something to kind of be aware of. The other thing when playing this game is that you might have a couple of crashes. It's on Unreal 4, as far as I know, because every time the crash report came up, it's a UE4 on it. But I had a couple of fatal errors that once I restarted the game, I was able to play it. So it is early access and it does have bugs, but they barely pop up. This is the train level I was talking about. In this one, you have to survive a specific amount of time until the train arrives and you can get the hell out. The other thing I want to talk about when it comes to Suit for Hire is what I was saying earlier, the negativity. Now, I would say early access is a negative, but there's really not much going on for it. They added a couple of additions, quality of life stuff, being able to pick up weapons from dead enemies, or even having enemies that carried shotguns, which a lot of the hooded characters didn't have melee, or not melee, shotguns or pistols. They just carried baseball bats. So that's kind of a new thing. In terms of content, I mean, after the 6 or 7 chapters, the only thing you're doing is replaying the same things over and over and over on a different difficulty. And once it's done, it's a one and done game. And that's what I mean for about $15. Now, $15 is, I mean, it's hard to say if it's worth it to some people. So here's where the fatal error popped up for me, and that was right before I was going to do seal clubbing. In seal clubbing, you're inside of a nightclub just murdering everybody. And it's one of my favorite levels too, not just because of the carnage and chaos of shooting everybody with the different guns and the ragdoll physics of people flying when you hit them with a shotgun, but really it's the music and the feel of the game when you get into seal clubbing and just start shooting everyone. It's even more so when you start seeing the small rooms going in slow motion and shooting a bunch of different enemies in a small room. I'll give you guys a listen to see what you think of the music. After a couple of seconds and one spin later, my guy's ready to go and kill more stuff. But I want people to take this video with a grain of salt that I bought the game for $15, and I mean, I do go back and play it every once in a while. It doesn't have a lot of replayability, and once you're done, it's pretty much a one and done game unless you want secrets or additional achievements. And I wanted to show this off too because this is the final boss. The helicopter guy will start shooting like bombs or missiles at you that are just orange circles on the ground. Firing a machine gun that if you're behind stuff should be okay. And then these balls you have to kick back into them. Once that happens, you do it 3 times, the game ends, and it's over. Anyway, I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.